Welcome and thank you for joining us for today's Bridge Element ChMS overview of the Interactions tool. Today we're going to explore Interactions features as well as see why and how it's a powerful tool for tracking follow-ups with members and visitors more effectively with your church. To begin, we're going to navigate to an individual's page in the Bridge Element ChMS. So let's go to our individuals. Let's just click on Jim here. Each person in the Bridge Element ChMS has an interaction history and a record of every interaction that leaders in the church have made with them. So you can see in Jim's profile, we have an interactions tab. We don't have any interactions here for Jim yet, but we can add an interaction pretty quickly by using the log interaction option here. So if I'm logged in as myself, I can log a particular interaction that I've had with Jim, depending on whatever that interaction may be. Now you can set up all the different interaction settings using the settings information here, simply by going to settings and our interactions. So you can determine what type of interactions that you specifically use in the church. For example, as a pastor, you can navigate to an individual's page like we just saw there. So we can go to individuals, click back on Jim, go to his interactions here, and the pastor can log in perhaps and select the interactions tab and record an interaction that he may or may not have had with Jim. And in this case, let's just call it a phone call and determine who completed it. Let's say I'm the pastor, and then say what it was. Jim was doing well. Save this, select your completion date, and select save. So now we can keep a log of our interactions that we have with our members and our visitors within the church. Mind you, this can also be done fully and completely through the Bridge Element ChMS mobile app. So that's a really great feature to have on the run. Let's see, we can also assign interactions to other leaders and to ourselves. To do this, simply select on the Interactions tab and then select this Assign option. So we can go through and determine what the action needs to be, whether it's a hospital visit, assign it to whom. As you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and do just a prospective member call, assign it to who, start typing in who you need it to be. I'm going to put myself in here, and I'm going to assign it about my buddy Andrew here, give him a call. I can select a completion date, when I need it to be done by, in other words, and then ask for a notification upon completion. The great thing about this is that it's going to go ahead and send the assignee an email, and they can complete the action simply by going through the particular email that it was sent to. As you can see here, I've just pulled up the email template that it sends out. You can see all the information I need, the instructions. I've been assigned an interaction, as you can see here. I can determine what the interaction type is, the email address, and all the information that I'll need. If I need to click into his name, I can do that as well. And then I have an option to fill out a summary. So what's great about the system in the Bridge Element ChMS system is that I can make these assignments to whomever it is, whether it's a church member, a lay member, or just someone in the congregation, because they do not have to have a full login to actually complete an assignment, as you'll see. I simply clicked on the fill out a summary of the assignment. He was doing great. My selection of the completion date. I'll save it, and I never have to log into the Bridge Element ChMS platform to complete the action. Now that becomes really significant, of course, because once I've done that, that will all come back as a completed action in the system. As you can see here, it's now completed. It's going to be logged into Andrew's profile, and I can go in and manage that particular interaction at any time. So now we have a system for following up and using our members in our congregation to actually complete follow-up for us on our behalf. So that's a really easy way for interaction between church members, prospective members, and other folks in the church to keep in touch with individuals. Let's see here. So after we've entered the notes, obviously all this is going to go back to the individual's profile as we saw their history of interactions. That's another great thing. that is shown that we have a log for completed interactions for an individual. The email feature really eliminates the need to train extra people on the Bridge Element ChMS. If someone can reply to an email, basically, then they can help with outreach and follow-up and record their follow-ups, as you saw through the filling out a summary system. Additionally, anyone who receives interaction assignments can receive a daily or weekly email reminder automatically, which basically lists their upcoming interactions. So if I went into interactions and saw my outstanding, you can see the different options that are still outstanding. This is a great way for you as an administrator to see all the things that must get done. And you can go through and print, export, filter these options, but also, like we said, anyone who receives interaction assignments can receive that daily or weekly email reminder automatically, which basically will just list their upcoming interactions, any interactions due on that day, and any past due interactions. So you aren't tasked with manually sending reminders to anyone, even though you can see what are still outstanding. To ensure that interactions are completed on time, select the Outstanding tab like we see here. This tab really lists, like we were saying, all the interactions that have been assigned but are not yet completed. You can filter this list to view outstanding interactions only for members of your visitors group, for example. So we can go to the filter and go to first-time visitors and submit this. So if we want to see what's still outstanding here and get a more filtered view of things that we need to get done, that's a great way to take advantage of the system. You can also filter by a date range and by a specific person. So if you really need to keep tabs on, let's say, the pastor or me, if I have any outstanding options here, I can't search for myself. Let's go through Jim Avalon and see if he has any outstanding. So Jim's got one follow-up visitor call to make. I can kind of get on him a little bit about making that call, perhaps, if I need to. And then you can also print this list, of course, and export to Excel or Numbers if that's easiest for you. As we've seen here, you can see the export option, and it's pretty easy to do. Additionally, you can view a list of recently completed interactions. Of course, you can do the same filtering options here, and you can also subscribe to this feed so that you can get alerts when you're actually getting completed dates or completed interactions. So I hope this video has been really useful for you, show you a little bit about the history of interactions, what's outstanding personally, and then what you can assign, view as completed, and view as outstanding as well. So this is a great way to keep track of and to engage your congregation as well as your staff for making sure that follow-ups are being made in the appropriate fashion and in a timely manner. Hopefully Bridge Element can add some value and certainly some succinct operation value to you and your church. If you have any questions about the interactions history or the interactions system in Bridge Element ChMS, feel free to give us a call. We're happy to help, and hopefully this tutorial has been useful. Thanks so much and have a great day.